Decarbonated is a company aiming to make surfing and other extreme sports more environmentally friendly. Decarbonated are working to engage the entire surf sector, from individuals to surf companies and manufacturers, to try and make extreme sports more sustainable. Surfing is the product of the ocean and Mother Nature. The truth is, we ride on petrochemical boards, travelling the world searching for epic waves. On an individual level, there is only so much we can do to make changes, which is why we work with you to save surfing together. This video is aiming to educate surfers and raise awareness, explaining the science behind what is happening in our oceans. Here are a number of experiments to demonstrate the effects of climate change on surfing. Global warming is the heating of the Earth from sunlight. The Earth's surface absorbs some of this energy and heats up. The Earth cools down by giving off a different form of energy called infrared radiation. But before all this radiation can escape to outer space, greenhouse gases in the atmosphere absorb some of it, and due to the changing chemical composition of the ozone, the heat cannot escape, which makes the atmosphere warmer. As the atmosphere gets warmer, it makes the Earth's surface warmer too. It's increased by 0.6 Celsius since 1980. Polar ice is melting, creating an increase in the water level. This rate is increasing year on year. This will mean that various parts of coastline will be affected, like our Lego beach. So as the polar ice melts, some surfing beaches will only work on the lowest of low tides. Internationally, the effect could be even more dramatic. The Maldives is already under threat of being completely lost. Due to increasing temperatures, the polar ice is melting, causing the sea level to rise. Current predictions are between 1.7 and 3.3 millimeters per year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but with a bit of pub maths, the rise in sea level equates to each human having to drink 415.6 pints of water each day. From the absorption of CO2 from the atmosphere into the ocean, a chemical reaction takes place between CO2 from the air, the water, and a substance that is found in seawater, carbonate ions. These combine to create an acidic compound that will lower the pH of the sea. The decrease in carbonate ions means there will be less calcium carbonate in the seawater. For calcifying species such as oysters, clams, and some corals, this is what they make their shells from. It also means their shells are affected by the pH level and can dissolve. See what happens here when we compare the calcium carbonate in seawater and acidic seawater. The ocean has absorbed 80% of the heat created from climate change, and a warming ocean will cause coral bleaching and severely damage the delicate coral ecosystem. This will adversely affect non-coral species too, who breed and feed off the reef. See here as the warmer water affects the coral's colour, destroying it. Coral reef creates a habitat for over 25% of all marine life, including 4,000 species of fish and over 10,000 species of invertebrates. Losing these areas may kill our oceans entirely. Thermohaline circulation are the global currents moving in the ocean. These currents are very important in regulating the temperature of the sea, inland climates, and the flow of nutrients. Looking at this heat transfer, we can see that the warm water rises to the surface and the colder, saltier water sinks. Just like here, where the less salty red water rises and the green salt water sinks. However, with melting polar ice and changes in temperature and salinity, these cycles will slow, causing havoc to the ocean and our weather climate. These series of experiments demonstrate the changes that are occurring. Climate change is changing, and in many cases irreversibly damaging the ocean. As surfing relies on the ocean, it is more important to try and reduce and prevent the damage. Climate change could mean some surf spots no longer exist or are so inconsistent that a decent wave is a distant memory. Surfers should be looking to reduce their carbon footprint in their daily lives and their beloved sport. This involves buying green surfing products and putting pressure on surf companies to manufacture equipment made from sustainable materials and sustainable processes. Decarbonated Sports has the Surfboard Carbon Calculator, which can be used to work out the carbon footprint of boards you are considering buying or carbon offset the boards you already have. Let's save surfing together.